But they don't have malaria, do they?
They do.
Yeah.
In fact, malaria is their worst enemy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Malaria is their worst enemy because the sickle hemoglobin cannot hold on to oxygen for a long time. And malaria competes with that oxygen. So when they have malaria,
Major crisis.
it is a major crisis. Okay,
So you want to prevent malaria.
That's part of the hospital care we do. That we are always preventing malaria by giving drugs. So they are on routine drugs.
Okay.
And then part of the hospital care as well is where the infection is very rampant, especially in the temperate regions, UK and all the rest, where you have infections and all the rest. We give anti-malaria, they give antibiotics as prophylaxis. But here too, we are giving antibiotics, especially when we say that this patient is actually prone to infections. So those are part of hospital
But that's
care.
not what the patients should just do on his or her own.
No. But over time, they know it. In fact, they know it more than the doctors because it's in them. All right. So part of the home management is just taking a lot of fluids, like he has said, and then knowing the limits in terms of physical activity. Because when you engage yourself in physical activity, there is increased demand for oxygen. And we have said that the sickle hemoglobin cannot hold enough oxygen for it. So it will look as if you are not getting anything. So there's a limit to their physical activity. All right? And then eating good, nutritious food, at least to help in blood making, and then give them a lot of flesh. You will notice that they have this kind of fascia, stunted growth, or failure to thrive. That is when they are not properly taken care of from the beginning.
And so?
Yes.
And so. Your campaign seems to be yielding some results, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, amongst the, should I say, literate, now they're beginning to understand better what they can do to prevent the birth of sickle cell children.
Sickle cell, yeah.
But what about among the not literate people? How well is your campaign doing? And in what way are you carrying out this campaign in that class? Okay.
Well, in my center, which is a public hospital, you see more of those categories. Okay. And then we do tell them about, we ask them about their genotype. If they don't know it, we educate them to get tested, and then their children as well. Apart from that, periodically, at least once in a year, like we just did about 2 or 3 days ago, we go around our neighboring vicinity campaigning. We call it rally. We campaign about sickle cell disease, creating an awareness, and then we ask them to come for free genotype screening on that day. Yesterday we did free genotype screening. It's because we have gone around the community to ask them to come, and then we went to schools.
Did they turn up in their numbers?
Yes, they did. The last report I got, we actually did for about 400 people, free screening, and that we have been doing that at least once in a year. We have a sickle cell office in our institution that takes care of anything sickle cell disease. They can come in anytime for counseling, for anything, and if they have issues, they will be brought to the doctors to manage. And we are not, just like the patient she talked about in Lutz that was about to abandon a child, we recognize the fact that poverty and ignorance work together, and because of poverty, some of these ailments are being difficult to get managed. So in my institution, we have facilities for that to cut down the cost of medical expenses when they come.
Okay.
And in line with this year's theme, we say giving for living. Okay. So we want corporate bodies, philanthropists, everybody to donate their knowledge, their awareness, or donate their resources to centers that deal with sickle cell disease.
And also donate blood, I think, because most of the time
yes,
they
some of the time they need blood.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Akinshala, what are the symptoms, in case somebody is watching and like you didn't know for a long time that the problem was sickle cell anemia? What should they be looking out for?
Maybe symptoms.
Yes.
It's just the pain. It's the pain. That's just like maybe when they get sick, you start having pains from the body. That's when you know it should be sickle cell.
So if they have any kind of unexplained pain,
yeah,
they should go and seek medical help.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me stay with Mr. Akintola. A major challenge for people living with sickle cell is stigma.
Is what?
Stigmatization.
Not anymore.
He is here. Let me find out, how much of it do you still see? Because some people want to apply for a job and they say, oh, no, we can't take you because of your medical condition. Or you want to marry, of course, and say, no, don't come near my daughter or don't come near my son. How prevalent is the stigma still here now?
Like, I don't understand the question.
Stigmatization, like yes, people relating with, people living with sickle cell.
Yeah, like people don't want to relate with them here in Nigeria. Because in Nigeria, if I go out and see sickle cell, I can know if you're sickle cell now.
How will you know?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can know through the eyes. Maybe the way she's looking or he's looking, maybe skinny.
Jaundice.
Yeah, jaundice, I call it. Are you a sickle cell? Maybe you say, I don't know. So, okay, you can go to the hospital and do your genotype and know.
But you have a wife.
Yeah, I have a wife.
You have children.
I have children.
Is your wife AA?
Yeah, she is. I know I have to marry AA.
So do you have any children who are SS?
No. Yes, all my children are yes.
Okay, now
You took care of business.
Yeah.
Tell us
Because I
how,
got to know better.
when people don't want to relate with people with sickle cell, how does it make them feel? And what do you have to say to people and say, hey, yes, you have SS, but...
You can be SS, you're a human being. There's no anything, it's just a genotype.
And you're not going to infect anybody.
You're not going to infect anybody. You can walk. You can do sport, just a little sport. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do anything. I do sport.
But you can't do rigorous work.
Yeah, rigorous work. No, you can't do that. You can't be standing for hours. Maybe security standing for like 12 hours. No, it's not good for you. People can live. There's no problem about that.
Okay, let's talk more about support now, because you have a family who's trying to deal with this kind of situation. Where can they get support from? You've mentioned your center, but not everybody is living near Butemeta, so.
Well, the kind of support they can get in our center, they can get counseled, and when they are ill, their medical expenses can be reduced.
That's for your center. I'm talking about generally.
Generally, I don't have specific names now, but I know that there are a lot of non-governmental organizations that deal with sickle cell disease.
The National Sickle Cell Foundation.
We have a National Sickle Cell Foundation that also takes care of this. Over there, you have a lot of facilities, and I'm sure the testing they are doing there are highly subsidized. Okay, so. And that is why this year's team is actually for people to support all these NGOs, the foundation, the hospitals, and even if you know somebody in your neighborhood that is always sick, if it's sickle cell disease, maybe it's because of money, he or she is not seeking medical attention, you can help out. So that is why the team for this year in Nigeria is Giving for Living.
How expensive are the drugs?
No, they are not expensive. The routine drugs are not expensive. But
are they on medication every single day?
Yes. They're on medication every single day. It's just like any other illness. Hypertensive on medication every single day. Diabetes are on medication every single day.
And it's important that they also take these drugs.
Yes,
and
it's
ensure
important.
that they live healthy.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here this morning. I'm particularly happy that I'm seeing Mr. Akintola. Thank you for being here, Akintola Akinsoji, who is a person living positively with sickle cell anemia, and of course a consultant family physician and member of the Sickle Cell Disorder Committee of the Federal Medical Center in Butemeta, Lagos, Dr. Usman Olagoki. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
So we'll go on another break, and Sunrise will be back in a moment.